with Canadian head coach Mark Anscombe. Mark, a bit of a mixed bag last week at home up in Canada, 28-all draw. How's the preparation been this week geared towards fixing those little lapses from last week?
Yeah, no, training's gone well. You know, we've had great conditions here to train in, and the boys, after a few days off early in the week to recoup from the game last week, we've had a good couple of days. So preparation's good and we're ready to go.
Now, history favours you and your team. Canada have had success in the World Cup qualifiers against the US. You've got 350 starting caps in the starting side. Did that play into selection, going with those experienced campaigners in this game?
No, not really. Obviously, we've picked the best team we thought would do the job today. We've lost a couple of guys of late on the last couple of days in injury, which has had an effect. But, you know, we're comfortable with the team we've got. And, you know, like the history of what's been done before is not this team. And so, you know, we've got to treat this as just two teams going out, and whoever comes out on top today gets to the World Cup.
And just generally, 12 months into your contract with Rugby Canada, how's it been and what do you see moving forward with Canada and rugby?
I like all teams like Tier 2. We've got our challenges and we've got many. But, look, we've got a good group of players here and they've responded well to what we want, and you can't ask for more than that. And, you know, we just got to keep growing and developing the game in the country.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for your time and good luck. Yeah, with USA head coach John Mitchell. And Mitch, a bit of a mixed bag last week up there in Canada. How's the focus this week been on preparing for the win?
Yeah, Dan, we presented ourselves an opportunity to win last week, even though we didn't have field position. Probably gave them back too much ball too frequently, and obviously defensively a few lapses towards the end. So, yeah, we're probably pretty lucky to get out of it. This week's been a real sharp preparation, made some adjustments, able to bring back a few players as well. So, yeah, I think we're more experienced for this week as well.
Now, looking at the squad, you had a massive push when in charge of the Eagles to have more domestic players. Just 7 players contracted overseas in today's 23. Are you thinking the gap's starting to get bridged now between the domestic players and overseas players?
Well, certainly the model that we prepare with now, Dan, is very much about meeting a standard, and that includes overseas players. So just because an overseas player has a contract doesn't necessarily mean that he meets a particular metric or standard. So we've set those standards that are very achievable, but there's a huge variance between overseas players and domestic players, and some of the domestic players now are really starting to grapple it with ease.
This is your final game as head coach of the Eagles. What's your biggest takeaway been from your time with USA Rugby?
Oh, it's been a huge privilege. It's, you know, I guess when I set out right from the start was to make them better people, challenge them to become better players and find ways of around growing their self-awareness to become better. And really, just at the end of the day, it's ultimately about, you know, putting the USA Eagles in a better position. It's never really been about me, and never will be, and that's the way it's always been. So hopefully today the guys can remain committed and finish the job off, and you know, put the USA Eagles in a better position with something that's never been done before in Rugby World Cup qualifying history.
You're off. Son's getting married down in New Zealand. Enjoy that. I know Sumo's got the chili bin loaded for you when you get back. And good luck at the Blue Bowls, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, everyone.
Back to you, gentlemen.
Diego, California. It's the United States hosting Canada with a place in the 2019 Rugby World Cup on the line. A warm welcome to you from around the world, especially those watching in North America. This is a fierce rivalry that spans some 40 years. I'm Dallin Stanford, joining commentary by Eagle legend Brian Visit.
And down this series, history dates back to 1977. Canada holds the upper hand in the rivalry, but the Eagles are unbeaten in the last 6 matches between the two.
USA scored 4 tries to Canada's 3 in the first qualifier 7 days ago, but with that 28-all tie, it means today's winner will qualify as America's one for Rugby World Cup 2019. Legend Todd Clever captains the United States in his final appearance, cap number 76. He leads out the team, a journey that began 15 years ago, and Brett Bookaboom, the 26-year-old, leads out the men in red in his 26th appearance. Both these sides very hungry, very eager for what would be the biggest clash of their career.
Oh, it is going to be a fantastic match, and all's on the line, as John Mitchell said. 16 months, it all comes down to this one game for the Mitchell era and the U.S. Eagles. A victory guarantees them the spot in that 2019 Rugby World Cup.
And then Todd Clever there led out a little earlier with his daughter Hadley. And of course, Harry and Robin Clever, his parents here as well, supporting him along the journey, and what a journey it has been for Captain America. Players are lining up right now, and we're going to stand by for a moment of silence for the tragic news of the passing of former USA and Canadian rugby coach Rick Saget.
Please rise as we recognize a moment of silence. This week, the sport of rugby lost not only a great coach, but a dear friend. Former Rugby Canada coach and former Women's Eagles Sevens head coach Rick Sugit passed away early Tuesday morning to medical complications. In honor of Rick's dedication and service to the sport of rugby, we ask that you join us in recognizing a moment of silence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing for the Canadian National Anthem. Singing tonight's anthem, please welcome proud Canadian and chart-topping jazz artist from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, but now California's own, Anna Danes. Anna Danes. We ask that you please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America, today performed by Quessy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bronze stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Emotional anthems there, and a warm welcome to our TSN viewers tuning in from Canada as well on this great day, Canada Day, to look at their lineup.
It's an unchanged pack from last week as prop Justice Sears-Dewar looks to duplicate his strong performance from last week. The athletic Tyler Ardron is wearing the 8 jersey. Gordon McCrory starts at scrum half, replacing the veteran Phil Mack. two late changes in the back line is DTH Van der Merwe and Taylor Paris are replaced by Nick Blevins and Dan Moore, respectively. That could be a big loss. The team is captained by Brett Bukaboom, and the coach is Kiwi Mark Anscombe.
That certainly will have a big factor there. Take a look at the USA head coach John Mitchell. He's made 5 changes to his starting lineup this weekend. 3 of them in the forwards. Chris Bauman, Nate Brakely, and Tony Lamborn come in. While on the backline, Ryan Mattias and Olympian Madison Hughes starts in the number 15 jersey. We haven't seen Mattias since November 2016. Mitchell's opted for 6 forwards on the bench and 2 in the backs through Sean Davies and Will McGee. In his outgoing match, John Mitchell will hope for glory here. Referee for today's clash is Andrew Brace from Ireland, and he's assisted by Ben Whitehouse from Wales and Shu Kubo from Japan. Sean Davies, our TMO for this clash. And it's going to be the United States, the home side on the left of your screen, in white, kicking off with AJ McGinty. Canada in red will be receiving this on the right-hand side. We are almost ready for kickoff here. It is test number 58 between the Maple Leafs and the Eagles in sunny San Diego, and we are underway. Kick taken by Mattias off the kickoff there. The winger steals it for the Eagles. Forsberger digs in deep. Lamborn, early touch inside the 22. Clever goes behind his back. McGinty stabs it through. Dolan is there. Mikey Taylor wants to come and grab this, and they've got it through quick handling and thinking. Purpura in midfield. US Eagles attacking options left and right. Clever. First touch in his last test, and Brachi steps off the left. Managed to get the offload away to his centre partner Campbell. Now they use the big heavies. Nate Brakely from Nyack. Goes behind the back. Looks for the kick, but Brachi gets handled. A couple of good strong tackles coming in there. One from Connor Braid. Now they go to Hildebrand. Patient build up here from the United States. Almost an offload there from Lamborn. Still available, though, for the men in white. Mikey Teo, 7-star. Gets the offload to Clever. Clever just a few meters shy. Still with Brakely. United States putting on the pressure. Canada haven't touched the ball yet. Bauman. Troops marshalling around. Forsberger, slow ball. Need a bit of magic to get over this try line. Scored 4 last week. Short ball 2. Big. Bauman is short 3 meters. Still available. McGinty takes it to the line. It's Mike Teo. Flicks it out the back. It's been knocked on. An advantage here for Canada. They weather the early storm. And they'll get a scrum here.
Good patient play by the United States. That little knock on that 50-50 pass. A little extracurricular activity here too. Always a heated rivalry. 58th contest between these two. And just 2 minutes in, we've already seen a little bit of handbag action. Down deep, good pressure by that United States team. The recycling was great. The patience was really good all until that last final knock-on. But I like the way the U.S. started. They looked good in warm-ups. They looked prepared. They looked ready to go here. And it's a good start for John Mitchell's troops.
This is a fast track as well. Referee just getting words in there. The Irishman. So Canada look to relieve their lines. Corey at halfback. The experienced backline players. And of course, you already mentioned they've lost DTH Van der Merwe, who's been their breakout player last week, and of course, the record holder for Canada with 25 all-time tries. He will definitely be missed in the midfield, as of course will Taylor Paris. He scored 14 tries and 21 caps. Both of them out through injury. So Canada, first scrum of this game. Managed to hold it strongly. Tyler Audrin at the back. Ball comes over the top and eventually picked up, but penalty at scrum time.
Yeah, it looked like Chris Bowman got popped in that front row. There you see the referee said, yep, went up in the scrum. So that's a good start for the scrum for the Canadians. They needed that. Let's see if we can take another look at it here. And there you see Bowman just go up. And the arm is raised by the referee. And this should give Canada a chance to clear their lines. Ooh, not much distance on that, just out to about the 22-meter line.
O'Leary's kick, though. Yeah, not picking up the yardage they would want. It's a player that's coming to the side in 2017 from Cork Island, going against AJ McGinty, the opposite number as well from Ireland. Trinity College, in fact. So referee just getting his mic fixed while we hang on here. But this Canadian side, they have a lot of youngsters we saw in the ARC competition, and now they're joined by several veterans, all-important Rugby World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, it's a good combination of veterans and youngsters alike, as are the United States Eagles team. I expect to see a bigger game out of Nate Brakeley today. He's been a little quiet the last couple of games we've seen him play, so I'm looking for a big game out of Nate today.
Canada line out. First throw here for Ray Barkwell. Made his debut in 2012 against Samoa.
Good now.
Earns his 42nd cap. Short line out. They go to the front. Still with McRory. Knocked down.
Wait.
Canada with Jovanovic, one of their strong ball carriers.
Use it! Good, Captain.
McRory, box kick over the top. It comes down to Mike Teo. There are chasers there. Teo jumps up and gets absolutely swamped by Tyler Aldrin. Then it was deemed a high tackle on Teo. So the USA will get a penalty.
A nice take by Mike Teo on that ball. He saw the two Canadian players come barreling down on him. He knew he was going to get smashed. He did. Presented that ball back. There's a little knock on by the United States, but the referee saw that high tackle. And that one of those hitters was Ardron. And there was a high tackle, yeah. So the United States now inside the 22-meter line.
Hildebrand goes to the back. Knocked down to Purpura.
Stay.
Clever. First receiver.
Backwards.
Ball was knocked back out of his hand. They were waiting for him. Dolan has to clean up. Product of Life University. Short line. McGinty throws a dummy, takes it into the traffic. Again, slower ball here for Clever. Able to get through the first.
Full move.
The United States find themselves back inside the 22. Bryce Campbell.
Wait, two-step.
Nick Savetta. English-born.
Lost now.
For Brucky. Certainly move. Cape Town-born flyer, and meanwhile comes up to the outside. It's Dolan. Gets the pass to Teo. US trying to stretch the distance, so holes appear.
No interference, play on.
Bauman into the 22 again. Bryce Campbell at a standing start. Connor Braid has him again. Braid has been excellent in midfield defense, and Bauman is down on the field, so 14 against 15 is Clever. Takes it up. There is a bit of space to operate. Purpura ducks down low. Savetta with the inside ball. Canada well structured so far. Was the best passes. Forsberger puts his team under pressure.
Yeah, I think Augsburger thought that Teo was going to be right on his right shoulder. Ball goes away into touch. And again, United States recycling the ball very well. But just a couple of moments of impatience has resulted in turnover ball. There's the little flick pass we're going to see here soon. And there it is right there. He just thought he was a little bit closer than he was. Ball bundles into touch.
Okay, straight to floor.
All right, Dale, I like the way the United States recycling possession. And it looks like Matt Heaton for Canada, number 7. He's back in the lineup. And it looks like Chris Bauman's still down for the United States.
Happy 3.
Been getting a lot of playing action for this United States team, has Chris Bauman in the summer series.
So this match all so important for Pool C and Pool D. Of course, the winner will join England, France, and Argentina in Oceania 2.
Good, yeah?
The loser will go into a 2-match series with Uruguay, and then for a chance to join Pool C with Australia, Wales, Georgia, And of course, Oceania won. So tough these days. Bowman is back on his feet. But
USA
a lot of pride
hold.
on the line too. Right. The United States have never qualified as America's #1 against Canada.
That's good.
Yeah, this
Stay
would be a
there.
great opportunity for him right here today in front of the home folks.
Listen to me.
Here
That's
in
1
San Diego.
meter.
Hasn't been a
That's
test
perfect.
here
I'm happy
since
with that. Thank you.
1980 when the All Blacks visited Jack Murphy Stadium, so they want to win today.
Bockwell again with a short liner.
Play
Taken
on, play
nicely
on.
there from Evan Olmsted. Another high raking box kick. Teo. Superb catch again. He is marked by Tyler Ardron for the second time. Not high this time. So US take possession on the halfway line. Hildebrand. Captain Booker Boom stops him.
Hold.
McGinty throws the dummy. We've seen it so many times. A half break here from AJ McGinty. Flicks it over the top to Mattias on the outside. Beautiful support play. It is Cam Dolan for the first try in the game. And it's Champagne Rugby in San Diego. What a start for the United States.
Oh, that was lovely. What a beautiful score. Great hand by 3 or 4 different Eagle players on that. AJ McGinty made that initial break, but then it was 3 or 4 back inside. Finished off by the tall Cam Dolan. But that fires up this crowd. It fired me up. Nice try by this United States squad. And watch, here's the initial break by McGinty. Look at the lofting pass here, perfectly weighted out wide. Mattias did well to get that ball back inside. And there was a beautiful pass back in once more by Bryce Campbell to Cam Dolan, and the U.S. out in front.
Well, that pass from Mattias was a thing of beauty. He was going towards the touchline. Flicked it back in field. It's celebrations all around for the USA. They have struck in the 8th minute. 5-0. Kick to come from AJ McGinty. And that is certainly one way to fire up this home crowd here in Torero Stadium. Walter J. Zabel Field absorbs the first try of the game. And it's set up by AJ McGinty, the young Irish-born fly half that has sparked some magic in the United States colours over the last couple of seasons.
And down the first 10 minutes of this game, all played in the Canada half. There was a couple of nice high balls taken by Mike Teo. That kept this United States Eagle possession intact. That allowed them to get on that outside fringe. And once again, good finish by Cam Dolan. Good team try by the U.S. Eagles.
McGinty, first kick. Strikes it well, but it goes to the right-hand side. It's 5-0 after 10 minutes here at Torero Stadium. And it's Canada that trail the United States.
And now we've seen it so many times throughout the summer series. But once the United States does something good, they got to do a nice, solid play here, retain possession, work the ball back down in the Canada end. And Canada, of course, going to try to put all sorts of pressure on this United States with this restart. Trying to pin the Eagles down deep, look for an error from the home side.
Shane O'Leary. Puts this one nice and deep and high as well. Knocked down towards the United States side, and Nate Osberg is there, the man from Old Blue of New York. The Northeast Rugby Academy as well. Product of that program as the try scorer takes it up a few extra meters, does Dolan. McGinty very deep in the pocket if they need him. Osberger goes to the box kick. Very contestable. Mike Teo is there. He's taking it. Teo, the aerial specialist. Not the tallest of wingers. He's done well as Brachy fires it across field. McGinty again. Thinks about a crack himself. And there's space on the outside. Madison Hughes gets involved. The Eagle Sevens captain has been on blistering form in the Sevens World Series as Brachy fires it over the top to Clever. Cuts back in. Teo's with him. Nice tackle there from Dan Moore. He's come off the bench to start this clash. A couple of late injuries. Osberger. Slow ball again. Gives him an opportunity though to set up another box kick. Chaser's not. Flying up there, and it's Canada now. Trying to break out of their own half. Andrew Coe, first touch for him. Also made his debut in 2017. So O'Leary fires this one down towards the middle of the field. Not the best kick. Gives him a chance for Madison Hughes. Got Dolan on the outside. Campbell Does well to keep that ball in field, and so does Madison Hughes, product of Dartmouth College. Canadian forwards, though, firing over that one, and they have one possession here. It'll be a scrum for the men in red.
Yeah, scrappy play by the United States that time. The ball was on the floor. A couple of times it looked like the United States were going to knock on, and then finally I think it was Augsburger trying to get that ball away from trouble. Knocked that ball on. Good pressure defense by Canada. Love the start by the United States. The way Mike Te'o is coming up with those high balls, it's been fantastic. Just throwing his body up in the air, coming down with it. Looks like Ben Smith out there. Israel Dag. Here's where it got all sorts of trouble. That might have been a knock right there, but Madison Hughes, there was the knock that the referee called, I think, by Augsburger.
There'll be a first look at Canada attacking. Just inside their own half. Scrum time in just a few seconds. Connor Braid in midfield. One of their playmakers, and Kieran Hearn from fullback. We've seen him carve up the Sevens World Series as well. Canada have 7 players in their squad that represented their side in the short form of the game.
And they did very well, huh? Good finish to the 7th series circuit for them. Madison Hughes, his first game, 15s game for the Eagles in a long, long time. Good to see him back in action.
United States took out Canada in the RWC earlier this year. 51 points they scored against them. 34 for Canada. Way different story over the last couple of weeks. 28 all last week, and now 5-0 after 13 minutes. McRory. Scrum doesn't go anywhere. A chance for O'Leary to attack for the first time. Good low tackle on Andrew Coe. They go up to the big man, Justice Yazduru, earning his 30th cap tonight. Standing start, though, for Olmsted. So Canada retreat. Jovanovic wants one of their go-to players to get over the gain line. The US have swarmed on defense. Braid has it there, and the ball has been stolen by Nick Savetta. Quick ball here for the United States. McGinty throws a dummy. He's got Lambourne inside the 22. Tony Lambourne. Dolan is on the left-hand side. Through a gap. Cam Dolan for the corner. Dolan's got a double. Can you believe it? Cam Dolan has struck in the 14th minute, and it's 10-0. The United States lift their heads up high.
Yes, I can believe it. What a beautiful score again by the United States. Cam Dolan, the big man, found a little seam for his brace here early in this contest. But you got to give credit. Nick Savetta with a great steal. That led to this turnover ball. Tony Lambourne with a nice, powerful run. Set that ball beautifully, and then just through two Canadian players. Then another to get that dot down. Firing up this crowd even more, and the 10-0 lead.
Nick Savetta working around the breakdown. The defense was excellent from the USA. We saw plenty tries scored last weekend from turnovers. And just another one here. Cam Dolan, we know his family will be celebrating as he goes on here. The man from Fort Myers, Florida, captain USA Select, collegiate All-American as well. What addition he has been to this USA team. Difficult sideline conversion here for AJ McGinty. He missed the first kick.
Boys.
Good solid start here in the 15th minute by the USA.
Cheers, man.
I really like the way that AJ McGinty is orchestrating this attack for this United States team, picking both sides, just picking this Canadian defense apart, finding the seam, taking the little dart when he needs to, when he sees that little opening, putting some teammates in the space. I love the start by AJ.
Nick, can you find out who the timekeeper is? Because he's
from the sideline. It's over! What a kick from the fly half. And that means the United States lead by 12 points to 0 after 15 minutes against Canada.
Can you hear me?
And they just got to keep this pressure on. Another good restart take here. Get the ball back down in the Canadian end.
We do have a timekeeper, though.
The man with 2 dot downs early on in this contest. Just love the way Cam Dolan plays.
Canada get us back underway. Jovanovic comes down this, but Dolan leaps in the air.
Inside.
He takes it nicely. He does the 6'7", 8th man. Good contact point there.
Hold.
Dino Waldron looks like
Use it.
he's on the field. Replacement coming in pretty early. This one, he's able to off the cleat from Hearn, but it's soccer skills here at a soccer stadium.
Hold right. 2.
And O'Leary is back for Canada. Drifts across field, throws a dummy. Beautiful flick pass, but it goes to Campbell in the end for the United States. The attacking option was on for Canada, but Hilterbrand has it now. Brucky, man from the University of Cape Town,
Arrive up, 5.
to the midfield. Stab through. Big shoulder coming in on winger Dan Moore. And here's Duru.
Play on.
Goes to Jovanovic. Wrestled down by Mike Teo. Barkwell gets low, gets over the advantage line. Canada with rare possession. Got to the air. Braid is chasing alongside a few teammates. It's available there for Canada. Good skills in the end from Tyler Ardron. Just outside the 22. The best attacking chance yet.
Fine. Play on.
Heat. Swapped.
Rock formed.
Rock had been formed,
leave
so
it.
Canada get a penalty.
4. Second arriving.
I think that was called
Rocket
against
form,
Nate Brinkley. You heard the
Rocket
referee
formed.
said the ruck had formed. Canada, I think, probably try to get 3 points
Shot
on the
called.
board here, at least put a dent in. Yes, they're going to go for the goal attempt. And again, down there, their only real penetration so far in this first half, in the first almost 20 minutes of play, gives them their first chance to get some points on the board.
And let's go down to Dan Power, sideline.
Yeah. Thanks, Dallin. Just a little update on Chris Bowman. Picked up a little head knock. He's in the HIA protocol right now. Here's the interesting thing coming out of it. Dino Waldron, the youngster, he gets the start and replacement as opposed to Joe Tafetti. The reasoning behind it, they have a big plan for Mighty Joe, and they're going to implement him in the second half. They think his explosive play is going to really benefit in these conditions against a tiring Canadian pack later in the game. Back to you, gents.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Dan Power sideline there. That's what the update is on Dino Waldron. And here's the attempt here for Canada. First one for McRory. He makes no mistake. Canada on the board. They've got 3 points through the scrum half.
Cheers, mate.
12 points to 3.
Yeah, that was important for an important 3 points for Canada. Get some points on their only real penetration so far in this contest. That'll give a little bit more confidence, but the United States, again, with a kick and the restart, they've done well here.
Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Canada do just that with their first points. Kick to the 22. Taken by Evan Olmsted, man who plays for the Newcastle Falcons in the United Kingdom. Now McRory. His kick has been overcooked, out on the full.
It's going to be a U.S. line out.
5. Into your line, please.
10 meters from the line.
Hilterbrand, full line out. Knocked back by Savannah to Dolan. Cam Dolan again, busting up midfield. Into the 22, gets the offload. Brinkley's there support. Cool as your line. The man from New York Athletic Club gets over for try number 3. And the United States have come alive here in the return fixture. 17 points to 3.
And again, good forward work by this U.S. team. I think it was Savannah that took that line out backwards. Cam Dolan went through a seam in the Canadian defense and then found Brinkley. Just good work again by this U.S. squad. Bowman gave it a chance. It looks like he's going to come back up. And Dino Waldron looks like he's coming back on here.
Phenomenal stuff indeed from the United States.
Nick, can you tell number 5 to bring on the drink against the Brittany?
Haven't had much possession.
Next
the US that bust through. Brinkley, perfect support from the big lock forward. And reason to celebrate early on. So a long way to go in this game, though.
Well, it certainly is. And you know this Canada team's got a lot of pride. They want to keep this streak alive where they're there at the North America #1 team in the qualifiers. United States obviously vying to be the first team to do so from this country. And it's been a fantastic start. It would be a great send-off if they could get Clever a victory here in his last test in that Eagle jersey. But more importantly, a spot in that 2019 Rugby World Cup.
So far, so good for the USA. As AJ McGinty, Sale Sharks in England, took over Chris O'Brien's record last weekend, 144 points, puts him now into 4th spot. His conversion is successful. It's the USA that lead Canada 19 points to 3, thanks to 3 tries and a couple of good kicks from AJ McGinty.
The United States again looking for that restart here. Good secure possession. The United States, they race back to get in this restart position. Canada a little slower.
Carbon copy, kickoff. Dolan receives it yet again. He's timed that one nicely.
Use it!
Rosberger with a box kick. He's got Teo with him.
Don't hold him in,
he goes fairly deep. Hearn is there. That kick has fallen down, bounces once, and then into touch from Canada. It'll be a US line-out. They've gone quickly. Madison Hughes under pressure. Flung to the deck by Hearn. 7 stars taking each other on, and Canada have advantage. US careless with that lineup, and Sears Duru goes through his own man, so going to come back to the original penalty.
Yeah, ill-advised pass that time on the quick line-out by Cam Dolan. Put Madison Hughes in all sorts of trouble in that back of it. And the United States forced into a penalty here. It's going to be another kickable situation. What's Canada going to do then? This is decision time. They're going to go for points? No, they're going to go for the line-out. McCrory gets it down. Just a beautiful kick. Only about 7 meters from the line now. Good kick by O'Leary, picking up valuable territory.
In you come, then.
Canada, best chance to score a try so far in this game. Barkwell finds his jumper. They set up a rolling ball. Canada only a few meters out right now.
Hold it. Last feet.
Ball is still available.
Last feet.
Pick and go. Barkwell is there. Canada driving for the line. Aldrin comes in to help out. Sears Duru has it.
Push back 2.
The big prop inches forward. Still Canada hammer.
Move 4.
Diving for the line.
Tackle move.
Just short. McRory spotted a half gap. O'Leary is on the right hand side. Duru on the left. Canada still trying to punch it in with their forwards. Now McRory gets it out. Bit of a loose pass though. Clever comes in with a big hit. Aldrin picks it up, loses it backwards, and then kicks it ahead. Been lost though. Courageous defense from the USA.
Yeah, excellent defense by the United States in the shadows of their own goal line. You know, I was surprised the referee didn't blow that up because he said use it. Canada just stood at the back of that ruck for 2 or 3 different seconds.
Yeah, and you need to push back. You can't have your hands halfway up the rock.
The United States, good defense there, force that knock on.
You're halfway up the rock.
And now it's going to be their put-in the scrum. No time to rest here, though. Still very important possession. Got to clear their lines. And we do have a Canadian player hurt. It's one of the forwards.
Captain?
But it's been a pretty good reply here, Dallin, by this Canadian team. Put the pressure back on the United States. They had to do that.
Just really, really tight now on the offside line, okay? And I had a chat with you up there earlier on, okay? We need to push that back, okay? Last feet, all right? We're halfway up the rock.
This one?
Yeah.
When we're on the goal line?
Yeah. Hands halfway up the rock, all right?
Okay.
So we need to push back.
Yeah, I'll touch the bush.
Referee Andrew Brace from Ireland having a chat to Todd Clever. Todd has a great rapport with the referees, and it's something he's built up over the last 11 years playing professional rugby. Time is back on. It's Canada still inside the 22. The US possession though.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're both going to go left, so our heads are in the slots. Both going to go left. Let's go. Okay, let's go. The gap's not an issue for me.
The United States gave away 2 yellow cards last week, and that really hurt them in their encounter against Canada. But right now, they find themselves in the lead by 16 points, thanks to 2 tries by Cam Dolan and 1 by Nate Breakley.
Bind.
Chance of USA come around the stadium here in beautiful San Diego. The home side with their heads in front so far. Scrum under pressure. Brachy sets up the first phase for the USA. McGinty fires this one down. It's a great kick from the fly-off.
Still alive, dead.
Yeah, beautiful clearing kick by A.J. McGinty all the way almost to midfield. The Eagles needed something like that to get the Canadian team off their back in front of their own goal line. And A.J. McGinty with a beautiful kick.
Bockwell didn't look very straight from this side. Cleaned up from Dan Moore. Slow ball for McGrory. He's got Sears-Duru there. They go to the back to O'Leary. Another up and under. Braid is chasing this one. Teo is there. Canada kicking away possession, giving it to the USA. Second time they've done that with ball in hand. McGinty just happy to fling it wide. Backwards. Runners on the front foot. Mattias comes to clean out. Just outside the 22, but the Eagles still have possession. Tony Lamborn. Kiwi-born player, played in Super Rugby competition. Regarded as one of the best competitions in the world. Forsberger. Another box kick. Difficult one to handle. Mattias was there as well, putting under pressure. And you don't see Hearn put those down very often.
No, good pressure again, Ryan Mattias. He did well by the zone 22-meter line just a moment ago, keeping that ball alive. And then he put a good pressure on there. I thought it was going to be a too-deep kick by Nate Augsburger, just a little bit too deep, but Mattias did well to put that pressure on.
Juan, are you okay?
Can we just carry Dodger on to get off the fucking field? Fuck me. I'm not joking.
Yeah, Sears-Duru is down. He had a strong game against this United States team last week. One of the best forwards for this Canadian squad. He'd be a big loss if he can't continue. Looks like a shoulder possibly.
Cheers, man.
And so Torreira Stadium, where we find this beautiful field and facility. They've improved facilities here in the last few years as well. It really is a fast pitch to play on. We spoke to the players earlier, and they said this track will suit the team that keeps the ball in hand and goes wide.
Yeah, it really looks fast out there. And the United States having some good breaks through it, and a good crowd on hand to cheer this U.S. Eagles team on as they try to qualify for that 2019 Rugby World Cup. And USD, University of San Diego, one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever seen. The Immaculata just down the road here. What a wonderful chapel that is.
All right. Come on, water off, please.
Of course, we saw some rugby matches played here. Some Canadians were
Good
involved in the pro
boys,
season
really
as well.
good. Let's keep them, please, okay?
Phil McKenzie from the Canada side, known as the Diego Dragon.
Well, we haven't had one scrum pre-engaged yet.
Still be interested in moving down to San Diego. It's so beautiful out here. Coastline, just a few miles away. So back to the live action. Players all right. It's the USA that lead 19 points to 3 against Canada.
Stay there.
Scrum time.
Keep it on.
Stay one.
Ball for Cam Dolan. Now attacking around the fringes. Brachy gets McGinty looping around. Trying to stretch the width is Hughes. Good sliding tackle on the fullback. Quick hands. Back to Brachy. Space opens up. Marcel Brachy played with the Western Force in Super Rugby and the Tornadoes in South Africa. Teo. Hearn gets him. Good one-on-one tackle from the fullback. Dolan. Great first off he's had. But the US conceded a penalty.
And off feet.
I think Nate Brakely is playing that ball off his feet.
Yeah, and off feet.
Yeah, it looked like a promising move. And, you know, one thing I've really learned to appreciate from Mike Te'o is he very rarely loses a ball when he brings it into a tackle. Has great awareness of that sideline, does so well bringing that ball in field. And now Canada trying to get back in this game. 17-3 they trail, 19-3 they trail rather.
Open up, please. Sorry, mate.
Have to do some more damage on that scoreboard before the half ends.
Yep, Canada coaching staff, Mark Anscombe, Graham Moffat and Mike Shelley and Kelly Brown. A lot of work to do for this side as Braid takes it up. So what a finish off this half. This is Duru smashing it forward.
Hold.
Canada had a chance to
Not
score
rolling.
a try earlier. And now they put it to the boot. Chasers are there. Te'o comes. There's no advantage. This is a kickable
first arriving's fine.
penalty if
Two
they want
players
to
preventing
use
clean-up.
that option.
Two
Now
players.
rolling away is the call against the
Preventing
United States. And
clean-up.
A.J. McGinty looked like a bit of a worry there. He holding
First
his
arriving's
hamstring
fine.
on that last tackle, but seems to be fine. They can ill afford to lose him. He's been orchestrating a magnificent attack here. Here's the Canadians. I think this is a good decision. Try to get some more points. Nick away at this U.S. lead. They're right in front of the sticks. Is a makeable kick. I think this is the right decision. When you get the chance to get some points on the board, it's still anybody's ball game. Just trailing by 16 points here. Now this will make it less than a two-score game.
So McGrory, Gordon McGrory, played Rugby World Cup 2015. Sixth highest all-time point scorer for Canada. To add 3 more to that record. This kick will bring up 200 points. McGrory on Canada Day gets his 200. It's 19 points to 6. Canada with 2 penalties to 3 tries for America.
And then the other 2, like, what happened afterwards, yeah?
Yeah.
So can we just give that to, or like...
No, he's prevented the clean-up. Okay?
Did a good job as captain. Get in that referee's ear. Just plant something.
Now, breakdown, okay? All right.
Referee didn't see it the same way. Now here's the United States. Would love to get another restart ball here. They've been very effective.
Goes to the 22 again. This time it's taken nicely again by Evan Olmsted. His 50th cap for his country.
Outside.
McGrory puts it high under pressure by Savetta, so it doesn't go the distance. Bounces off a shoulder. That shoulder's Andrew Coe, so it'll be the US line
Lost
out.
forward into touch.
Yeah, they got the option and got knocked forward into touch, so they have the option of the line out or the scrum.
Line out call, too.
Looks like they're going for the line out here.
Okay, we're going
Savetta at the back.
to open up.
And Brakely both at the back of the line.
Little Brown does go to the back. He's got Brakely. Good set piece. Fancy move. Brakely almost in a half gap, but lost it forward. Cam Dolan. Nice little pop pass as well.
Yeah, a little pirouette by Cam Dolan. Popped that ball up nicely. A couple of Canadian hands deflected that ball out of Brocky's hand. But that seam looked like it was almost open. Very tempting.
Sal Brachy, graduate of Ron Bush Boys High School. Take a look at him again as he flies onto this one.
And there you just saw some Canadian hands flailing into that tackle. And that was fortunate for this Canadian team because it looked like danger on the outside by the Eagles.
Bind.
Scrum center. Canada.
9.
About the 10-meter mark. Just reset the scrum here to settle things.
Just about 6 minutes left in this first half.
5. That's enough now.
Tracy Brockie coming in with the forwards.
Okay.
Keeping them fired
Take the
up.
pressure off until the ball is in. Clear, both sides.
After a great start by this U.S. forward pack, the Canadians have rallied a little bit, clawed back into this game, just
no issue till now,
19-6
lads.
now.
That's right, this rivalry is normally very, very tight. Since 2010 of the matches have been 7 points or less. Winning margins sometimes 2 or 3 points. We've seen in recent years.
Okay, it's gone down far side. Anything, Shu?
Keep it up, boys. Keep it up.
Okay. Step to me.
Jimmy? Just getting a little far now.
Interesting, Brocky coming into the scrum. Every time it goes down, if there's a scrum, he comes in,
hit up.
gives a little pat on
hit
the
up,
back,
feet underneath.
gets his forwards riled up again.
Next one's a decision, lads. Let's go.
This is an important scrum.
Seconds in.
Excellent decision, so we could see a penalty here if it does collapse again.
Crouch!
Playing to get into the Rugby World Cup 2019. We got a chance to see the Rugby World Cup trophy, Red Ellis Cup, live and in person. As a penalty goes away for Canada.
One losing his bind, straight to knee.
And the referee has had no choice but to ping them.
Tony Papero got called releasing his bind. So this is going to be an opportunity here for Canada. Another deep kick in, get them in range, look for a U.S. miscue maybe. Not too much distance on this line out, but it's still going to be a Canada throw. Let's see if we can see the bind. There's the Papero. Saw him lose that bind.
On your front man, please.
The Eagles have had some issues with the scrummaging in this summer series. Georgia, of course, one of the best scrummaging teams in the world, really gave them a lesson.
They certainly did. The big wrestling Georgians. Was knocked on there, and the tackle by Savetta. Canada go back to collect, and some ferocious
no advantage,
hits.
lost forward in the tackle.
Rory slow to get up.
Yeah, I like the way that Nick Savetta has started this game as well. The U.S. Eagle forward pack has done very well in these first 35 minutes. There was no intentional knock on there. That knock-on ball was in the tackle. You heard the referee. So it's going to be a reset here for the scrum with Canada putting it in. Let's take another. There's the big pressure by Savetta. Almost a little high, though, now.
Was very high, yep, around the neck.
Okay, better heights this side, all right? Let's go.
The referees, rightly so, are very strict on any contact above the shoulders. We've seen players leave the field for less.
Crouch!
So the first half winds down here at Torero Stadium in San Diego. And the US hold on 19 points to 6. They lead. Canada have the ball with Tyler Ardron at the back.
Use it!
Good scrum from Canada. Now they get the meet as the ball though pops out.
Knock-on advantage. Lost forward by 9. Came out the scrum, lost forward by 9.
Unfortunate for the U.S. That ball, good charge by this Canadian team, but sometimes happens in the scrums. It hits some players' legs, bounces out of the scrum. That's exactly what happened. Went right into Augsburger's hands, but I think he was surprised by it. He knocked it on, so it's going to be a scrum put into Canada.
That's better. Let's go.
And again, the U.S. going backwards in that scrum. Let's see it here. You see, there's the charge, and there's the ball when it got popped up. And Augsburg maybe just taken off a little bit too soon. That's where
that's why I'm going to say use it.
Slipped off his fingertips.
Offense, I'll reward you. All right.
The tempting weak side on that right side of the scrum.
Bind.
Canada pulled their right wing though, Andrew Coe. He's here in midfield. Here Connor Braid, so short arm penalty for Canada.
Early.
An early push by the U.S. results in that short arm.
Scrum called.
And they're coming right back to it. This has visions of that Georgia game where at the end of that first half in Georgia,
just come to
Atlanta, Georgia, they just kept scrumming and scrumming and resulted in that yellow card by the United States and a penalty try.
Clear?
You hear the referee wanting to sort things out, and it's important these front row guys get it right.
Andrew Brace very clear in his instruction. So the US leading on the scoreboard, but under a little bit of pressure here as the half ends.
Bind.
The Maple Leafs would love to score a 5-pointer here as the half closes. Ardron at the back, drives it up in the US scrum. pops up. It's Pura that's come up again. It's a full-on penalty. It's Canada's set piece at scrum time, showing their dominance up front.
Let him go, Captain.
And that's important for this. And that's important for this Canadian team. Try to get that upper dominance in the forward pack.
Two of you, come here. Two of you, come here. The next time you do that, I'll reverse the penalty. It's as simple as that.
Keep it up. You heard the referee.
Yeah.
Not going to put up with any kind of shenanigans. Let's see what the Canadians do here. I'd be very surprised if they don't go for poles. It's within the range. Oh, they're going for the line out.
Decision? Okay. Just spoken to two players getting involved.
Only about a minute left in this half.
I've spoken to them earlier as well. Okay.
You see Purpura again coming up. And the extracurricular activities, well, Canada's made it clear here. They want to get a try here before the end of the first half.
That's the siren. So this will be the last play of the half. O'Leary's kick goes inside the 22. Barkwell is there. Canada.
Down, that was a real gutsy call. I'm surprised they didn't go for that 3 points. They're still a long ways away from that try zone.
You judge by your actions. It's taken there by Ardron. Rolling ball for Canada. Barkwell has it here on the left-hand side.
Side 7.
In from the side. Another penalty. Lamborn has been pinged. McGrory wants it. O'Leary screaming as well for possession. Still with the forwards. Now finally it comes. It's a kick over the top. From the corner. Just a bit too much on that, but they're going to come back. They knew they had advantage. It's Canada now, and let's see what referee Brace. Yes, it's a yellow card.
Repeated infringements come straight
boy, that's going to be a big blow for this U.S. team just before the half.
Captain.
Tony Lamborn's going to the bin.
Decision. Decision.
I think this is the right call now. The scrum. Up, they're going for poles.
I've spoken to you. That's 3 penalties on the bounce there. Okay. Yeah.
And Tony Lamborn going to the bin.
Yeah, but it's repeated infringements.
Could be a 19-9 game. At the halftime, he just had a warning.
Straight in on the side. It's cynical, man.
You heard the referee. They heard the referee cynical 2 or 3 times in quick succession. Tony Lamborn going to the bin. That's going to hurt this U.S. team. Canada now trying to get within 10 points here. They're going to start that second half with a 10-minute power play. And this could be a real confidence boost for this Canadian team.
You're certainly right. Tony Lamborn leaves the field. The 26-year-old. The U.S. ill discipline cost him last week as well. 2 yellow cards in that game. Playing with 14 men is a struggle. So the All Blacks have to do it as well. So McGrory from the right-hand side. Struck 2 penalties already in this game. Looking to close the gap. Gordon McGrory turns, lifts the tee and throws it away. His kick is successful. That will take us to half-time here.
No, because he's clearly going forward first.
It's
okay,
Canada that has struck
on,
at the
and then you stand up. Okay.
19 points to 9. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to have half-time highlights and analysis. Stay with us, rugby fans. It's the USA 19, Canada 9 after 40 minutes.
But they're clearly going forward, and you've stood up under pressure.
And welcome back to the west coast of America. We're 120 miles south of Los Angeles, where Torero Stadium in San Diego plays host to this exciting 2019 Rugby World Cup qualifier. After 40 minutes, it's the USA that lead Canada 19-9. And the young kids here are playing their rugby as well. And here are the inductees to the U.S. Hall of Fame, the class of 2017. And what an event that was last night.
Oh, it was fantastic. We had the 1991 Women's World Cup champions in there and 9 individuals. And they're spread across the field here now at Torero Stadium, being acknowledged by this great crowd. Candy Orsini, one of the players on that 91 team, and also an individual induction.
And then these are the future players as well, playing the rookie rugby sensations, are having a go at it as well. A couple of sleek young stars who hopefully be representing the United States very soon. Those players from the Mustangs, the Aztecs, the Coastal Dragons, the Rhinos. And the highlights from the first half, well, it all started with the forwards busting through in the end. McGinty had the half break, the flick over the top, Mattias back inside, and then the supporting line was superb from Cam Dolan. He got the first 5 after a few minutes.
Cam Dolan had an electrifying start for this U.S. team. It was he who got on the board here again for this U.S. squad. Good forward work in that build-up once again, and then Cam Dolan just split the seam through 2 Canadian defenders to make it 12-0 at that point. And here's Savetta tipping back on this line out. Cam Dolan just finds the seam. Watch the work off the floor here. The little pop-up to Nate Brakely. Brakely makes it 19-3 at that point for the United States. Canada finished with a couple of conversion penalty kicks to make it 19-9 at the half.
It certainly did, and a yellow card as well will mean the US will be in trouble second half. But here the kids, though, having a good crack at it, and that's what you want to see, the fastest team sport growing in the United States. And the reason why is the youngsters taking the game. CEO Dan Payne has said the goal is to get these youngsters. What a catch that was as well. Look at him pirouetting around. Throwback on the inside. Those are the youngsters, and the future for the US is strong. And so we're going to take another short break, and when we return, we'll hear about US captain Todd Clever, and we'll also hear from US coach John Mitchell and Canadian coach Mark Anston. Stay with us. It's the USA that lead Canada 19-9 at the break. And welcome back. The winner of today's clash will head to the 2019 Rugby World Cup to take part in the 3rd largest sporting event in the world. After 40 minutes, it's the USA that lead Canada 19-9 from San Diego, California. We're going to now listen to Todd Clever, the most famous American captain, with remarks from his peers. And this is the first time they want to go quickly to the Eagles, and they get off to Clever. Setting up that rolling ball. Todd Clever, there's no one there! Clever with a dive!
Todd Clever has been American rugby for the last 15 years. Todd Clever is tough, committed, a great player's advocate.
I think when I was young and watching Todd play, I think the physicality he brought to the game, and I remember when he was just laying people out and people couldn't deal with that physicality, and that was so much fun to watch.
Todd Clever is a legend of USA Rugby. He was there when I got my first cap.
He cared deeply about the jersey and what it means to represent the United States. And whenever we're in the huddle, he kind of always says, you know, rugby's at its best when you play with a smile on your face.
You've been an absolute stud. You've been a great guy to be led by and co-captain with, and we all love you. So Todd, all the best.
Thank you for the 76 caps that you've given to the USA Rugby team. You'll always be our captain running out into the field, and hope we have this good day for us, brother. TC, love you, man.
Hey Todd, on behalf of the USA women's side, we want to thank you for your dedication and all the time and effort you put into this program.
Thanks for everything you've done for American rugby. You know, as an American rugby fan, we've all watched you grow up from a teenager at 19 years old to the point you're at right now, and you've given a lot of joy and a lot of great memories to all of us. So thank you very much for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the next 15 years of your life go.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. Way to go.
Well, thank you, Todd Clever. Well, to our viewers, a warm welcome to you from what's known as the birthplace of California. It's beautiful San Diego, hosting this America's One qualifier for Rugby World Cup 2019. And, of course, after a 28-all draw in Ontario last week, it all comes down to the final 40 minutes. Welcome to our TSN viewers and those watching around the world. I'm Dallin Stanford, joining commentary by USA Rugby legend Brian Visit. And Viz, thoughts on the second half?
Well, it's going to be, the first 10 minutes are going to be vital. United States going to be a man short in the scrum. And they've already been pushed backwards in those scrums by this Canadian forward pack. So these first 10 minutes are going to be the big test.
Canada kicking off on the left of your screen. The man from Munster Rugby, Andrew Brace, gets the second half underway. USA in white receiving this on the right-hand side. Big clean take there from Marcel Parachi. USA lead by 10 points. 3 tries, 2 from Cam Dolan, 1 from Nate Brakely. Against Gordon McGrory's 3 penalties. McGinty, low driving kick. Comes to Hearn. The 7th hot stepper. Into open field and then absolutely shoulder to the ground. Big collision from Hildebrand. Almost an intercept pass, but more. Bus free. Look at the breakout here from Canada. Teo with a tackle, but no score in the corner. It's a wonderful response, and Emir Jovanovic, born in Bosnia, plays rugby for Canada and is struck here in the United States.
A lightning strike by this Canadian squad right at the start of the second half. Beautiful work on the outside. Dan Moore
Happy showing
Who just was a late call into the starting lineup in this squad for the injured Taylor Paris. He made the break on this outside, cuts right through the heart of the U.S. defense. And then a beautiful offload in that tackle.
Happy with that.
To Jovanovic to make it a 19-14 game. And just like that, this Canadian team right back in the ball game.
You can never count out Canada in these rivalry crashes. Tony Lamborn is in the sin bin still for another 7 minutes. Canada capitalize. Kicked a penalty earlier in the first half when he was off. Now at 41 minutes, they have struck and scored their first try in this clash. McRory for the extra 2. 100% so far. The kicking beauties. Good looking strike from the sideline. And it's over. It's Canada 16, the USA 19. And we are in for a thrilling 40 minutes.
I don't know if I can take it, Dallin. History could be made here for the United States if they could win this game. First time qualifying for this Rugby World Cup on the first effort. But they have a lot of work cut out for them. They're still playing shorthanded for about 8 minutes. And Canada with all sorts of confidence.
McGinty puts it up. Mattis is down there. Canada claim it. Olmsted, he's been the go-to man of the kickoff from the Prairie Wolfpack.
Fine, take him back.
O'Leary is taking this one back, so can't go out on the full.
Good now.
Madison Hughes links it to McGinty in midfield. McGinty over the top to Mattias. Against Ireland in the summer, did Ryan Mattias.
Lost!
And from Arizona, the ball has been stolen from Canada. Jovanovic on the sideline. He takes a couple players with them. It's Canada with Barkwell. Good play here from Canada. Hearn. Inside the 22, more for the line. It's a try-saving tackle from Cam Dolan. But it's Canada that have started this game like a house on fire.
Oh, they certainly have. Sideline to sideline. Beautiful work by Canada.
Let's hear from Dan Power, sideline.
Highlanders, OT. Open up, Canada. How many, Captain?
Yeah, boys, messages from half-time. Well, funny enough, for Canada, it's pretty simple. Hold on to the ball, stop kicking it away.
10 metres.
Brilliant listeners, this Canadian side, as they've implemented that from the get-go. One try and a very dangerous one there. For the United States, it's fixed up the set piece. Obviously, we saw it in the first half. They were very disappointed at scrum time. They don't want to allow Canada back in this game, which they've pretty much already done here in this opening first minutes. But control and fix their set piece is the key to the second half.
Difficult one to take there from Dolan. Todd Clever cleans up. Captain America certainly saved a certain possession turnover there, and McGinty back in the pocket.
That's good. Use it.
Second half is started with a flurry. It's charged down. It'll be a 5-meter scrum.
It'll be a 22-meter drop. Yeah, Canada knocked that ball backwards through the dead ball line, so it's going to be a 22-meter drop here for the United States. That's pretty lucky. Short in goals here. See the big charge down. A couple of Canadian players getting their paws up.
All behind.
Yeah, I know what was said in that Canada locker room at the halftime, but they came out firing here in the second 40.
Certainly starting to lift things. McGinty goes deep with the dropout. Hearn. Wanted to go to the air. They're keeping it in hand. Jovanovic runs into Clever. Clever goes for the ball and steals it. Great work for the all-time. Oh, and then hit to the ground. Brown baying for a spear tackle. Ball is still available.
Yeah.
Fouls in there as well. And the US concede a penalty just when they turn things over by Clever.
5 first.
Yeah, great defensive play by Todd Clever, but good turnover. This Canadian team all fired up here. It's going to be a deep kick into the U.S. end, setting up that line out.
Sean.
And it looks like we're going to go.
Look at that last tackle there, mate. Can you put it on the screen, please?
Yeah, that might come back for the United States here. They are going to take another look at it.
That looks like a tackle where you've lifted your elbow above the horizontal and driven the player to the ground. He hasn't fallen very heavily, but still, that's a penalty.
So that could be a huge break for the United States if it is reversed here. Yeah, I think it's going to come back. I think it's going to be a full arm to the United States, which would give them an opportunity to put the ball deep into Canada's half. But Canada all fired up here. The United States needs a break.
That, Sean? Yeah.
The United States needs a break here to reverse this momentum that Canada has gained here. Yeah, I think from that angle, definitely.
I'll tell you what I'm seeing there, Sean. It is a lift-in tackle. He does go above the horizontal. I'm thinking penalty only, though. Does come to ground this pretty safely for me.
Yeah, I think that's a good
you agree?
Recap by the referee.
Yeah.
But it is going to come back to be a full arm penalty for the United States.
Yeah, I've got Sean. Thanks, mate.
Dangerous tackle.
Both captains.
And they needed something, Dallin, to stem this flow that Canada has really gained.
Look, guys, it is a clear taken above the horizontal. Okay, it's a penalty only for me. Okay, we're just getting the number. All right. Penalty only does land safely, so we're reversing the penalty here.
It's because of this core balance.
Yeah.
Good captaining there from Todd Clever as well. He asked the referee to have a look at that. And our TMO, great job there as well, Sean Davey. So what will happen here? The US might want to go for poles to suck a bit more time off a yellow card offence. 2 minutes 52 left.
Just 11.
So that will be
11.
Dan Moore.
Look, reversing the penalty, you do take him above the horizontal, okay?
Yeah,
All right, you need to be more
I think
careful.
was on the US side
it does
of
come
the
to
half,
ground safely, that's why it's penalty only. Penalty here.
Wasn't he on the US side of the half when he did that? Well, let's see what they do here. It's about 45 meters out. That's a long kick. What are they going to do? I think McGinty's going to go for the line out here myself. Yeah, trying to get down to around the 22-meter line, maybe inside that. Try to get some ball at the tail of that lineup. They've been pretty effective there. Nate Brakely getting the hoist up from Nick Civetta.
Just wait. Don't let him walk
in. US no hurry to get to this line out. Still playing a man down.
Open up. 3.
About 2.5 minutes left in that sin bin offense.
Civetta, he's the target.
Contest fair.
US trying to get the ball going. Aldrin is at the bottom of it.
Always through the middle.
Got to get that ball down or drive it.
Waldron in there as well.
One stop.
Yeah, this is going to be a turnover ball.
Use it now.
Won't be able to get that one out. Doesn't look like it. US trying desperately. It's gone forward, and Osberger tries to dig in there. He calls for Bruchy and Campbell, and got 12 players in there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, always through the middle, number 5.
That was oh so close to coming the United States' way. Canada's still going to have the pressure on them. It's going to be their put-in, and the United States will probably have 7 in the scrum here. With Tony Lamborn in the bin, they'll probably keep the backs out in the back line defense.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Have to have 8. Yeah, they got to have 8, I think.
Have 8 in the new laws. That'll open up a little bit of space probably on the left-hand side of the field. You see Bryce Campbell is the man that's called to come in and help out in the flank position.
New personnel now, good standards, okay? Wait for me, angle straight.
It's going to be a big scrum here for the United States. Try to kill a little bit more time off that clock. A minute left in the bin.
Crouch! Bind!
Canada ranked 23 in the world, the USA 17. It doesn't matter though, because this match, the winner will take all. Qualify for Rugby World Cup 2019. Canada pick it up at the base. Tyler Aldrin.
Stay there. Use it, 9. Fine.
Canada set up another pod.
Off feet now.
Better angle here for O'Leary.
Stay there now.
Well inside his try zone.
Use it, 9.
Trevor comes in.
It's touched.
Kick is able to bounce and then comes for Mike Teo. Teo has Blevins with him. The US just attacking outside the 22. Osberger has a step himself. Brakely takes it up a few extra meters.
12.
The US want to stay here. Ball comes with Ben Ties on the field off the bench. 23-year-old front row forward. Hildebrand. Peter Malcolm is injured, of course. Got a little dummy throw there again by AJ McGinty. Couldn't get his pass to Bruchy. He's wedging up on the outside.
Wait there now, wait.
But Canada have been asked a lot of questions here in the second half.
Use it 9.
Hildebrand yet again in the same movement.
Off now, 5. Ball is there, lads.
Olmsted been told to leave it alone. McGinty, short ball to Brachy.
Rock formed.
Savannah, very impressive so far in this game. Now Hildebrand.
Stepped away, play on.
Teo, very static stuff from the US.
Red release.
Hey, round the corner. Negative, CJ.
Now Osberger goes to line himself, absorbs a couple of tackles.
Stay.
Still with Dolan now. The US. 15 minutes gone, so 10 minutes in the second half have elapsed. Canada have scored that excellent try. And the US concede a penalty, but now it's time. They can get on. Tony Lamborn can come on very soon.
Sir, I'm the co-captain. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, good patient defense that time. Once again by Canada. It looked like Evan Olmsted, the second row, that secured that ball. And now we got Tony Lamborn. He's back on.
Yeah, law is pretty simple. The arriving play is locked on the ball. You don't speak to me like that again. Okay, as you leave the field, okay?
Oh, yeah, laying the law down. Cam Dolan, no backjack to the referee. Should be a full strength U.S. team. Maybe when they set this line out. But Canada weathered that storm. It was good, patient defense. The United States on attack.
Cheers, mate.
Just was waiting for that U.S. mistake, and they had it. And there's Tony Lamborn back on the field.
Number 2.
And it looks like
cheers, mate.
A couple of substitutions for the
Open up,
United
please.
States. Joe.
Thank you.
Tefete,
on your front man.
Has come on for James Hildebrand at the hooker position. I
Don't
thought
walk in,
Hildebrand
captain, in
had
you
a pretty good game in the loose for this U.S. squad today.
He certainly did. Tefete up.
Come on, Tori.
Big addition here for the US. Meanwhile, Canada, they go to the line. Good strong run there from Connor Braid. Sears Duru, the D-train as he's known. Hearn from deep, left the ball behind. Osberger comes in, makes a good tackle. Canadians have to retreat.
Hold.
Olmsted takes that one out. All the Canadians are bunched to the left-hand side, so Jovanovic gets go-forward ball.
Happy, first arriving. Play
and
on.
the ball is turned over. Dolan flings it to Brachy, steps up the middle. Pirouettes around the first. Marcel Brachy, born in Los Angeles, grew up in South Africa. And short ball for Lamborn. Spare off the bench. The yellow card offensive makes an impact. There's an awkward fall there.
Wait.
No intent in that tackle on Breakley, and it's been spilt.
Disadvantage.
Canada with a bit of space now. They take it up with more.
No advantage. Lost forward.
The U.S. something moving on this left-hand side. Madison
5.
Hughes just took his eyes off the ball slightly. That forced that knock on. You see the frustration on Madison Hughes. He knew that ball should have been taken in.
No issue for me.
David Tamala has come in for Nick Savetta. I thought Savetta had a really strong game here. These 50 minutes in this qualifier.
Sean.
John Mitchell starting to unload his bench in the forward pack.
Happy 7?
Got a whole new front row now than when we started. And Tamala goes to second row, it looks like, to pair up with Nate Breakley.
Yeah.
Take a last little look at that replay there. Of course, the US.
Okay, I got TMO check. Okay.
Have only 2 backline players on the bench. They've got a lot of forwards here. Let's look at something. Referee.
Just going to review that last tackle, yeah?
Last tackle, yeah.
It might have been that dangerous one on Nate Breakley, maybe.
That's right. It looked awkward,
yeah.
more than dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Referees had a good game, I thought.
Okay, you put it on the screen for me,
control over both teams.
Yeah.
And it's been a spirited effort. This will be a good opportunity for both these teams. Recharge your batteries, finish strong here. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything in this tackle, Dallin. I think you're right.
Well, that's not clear for us down here, Sean. Is there a closer angle? Yep. Yeah.
just falling over
Yeah,
the top.
you show that again?
Reikie's more falling over, so nothing in it from our side here, but we'll see what the referee has to say.
Yeah.
Well, the United States, though, after Canada got back on that scoreboard in the first minute of the second half, weathered the rest of that yellow card. They did that well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm seeing there, Sean.
Went down deep.
Clear no arms tackle, no attempt to grasp.
Wow.
But he doesn't really land in a dangerous position there for me. He's in a static position, so I'm thinking penalty only unless you
wow, that's going to be a good break for this United States squad.
On that, mate?
Probably a shot at goal here, just outside the 22-meter line, it looked like.
Just captain. Yeah, captain. Yeah, look, I'll tell you what we're seeing, lads. Okay, it's a clear no arms tackle from you. Your hands are straight to floor. Okay, but he doesn't really land in a dangerous position. That's why it's a penalty only. Same for the one over there. Okay, so penalty here.
Are you bigger than?
Yeah. Here. Here, Sean.
Wow. That's a big turnaround here. Could be an extra 3 points for this U.S. squad. And again, every point so vital in this contest. What's the decision here? Have they made a decision for goal? No, he's just looking at the corner. I love it. I think I love it. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
It's certainly a brave call. McGinty puts it down. The U.S.
Just
back to their full complement of players.
Wait. Open up. Open up.
USA chance now. Start going around the stadium again. Tefetea finds Breakley. Tamala was in there as well. The US get their maul going. Marty Beal, the forwards coach, will be looking on.
Out now.
Still at the back. Canada peeling around. And the US surge for the line. This is what they practice week in, week out. They're over and they've scored a forwards try. It's magic.
I told you I'd love it.
From the USA. Brian Bizzard loves it. The USA fans love it, and so do the players. And the scorer looks like the big man has come on. Big Joe Tefetea. He can play hooker, he can play prop, and he can score the tries as well. Massive congratulations to the replacement player that has been brought on at the right time.
And how about that gutsy decision by the skipper, Todd Clever, playing in his last game for the United States. That was a gutsy call. It was a makeable kick for this A.J. McGinty-led U.S. team. But Clever thought he had an inclination that they could get that drive going. And there was a couple of Canadian players on the offside, and when they had to retreat, that's when the U.S. really struck. And Tefetea really had a big full pack behind him. And a great drive by this U.S. squad. Well done, Joe. And that U.S. forward pack. They've had a hand in all the tries so far, had the forwards for this U.S. squad.
That's right, try number 4. 3 in the first half, 1 in the second. Canada have scored 1 try here in the second half as well. And it's McGinty with a hushed crowd. Blackrock College in Ireland. McGinty's kick through the middle, it goes. That puts the USA up by 10 points again, 26-16 after 55 minutes in this exciting test match.
Yeah, negates that try that the Canadians scored right at the start of the second half. And the U.S. really needed that. Kills this momentum that this Canadian team had. And again, just, what do we got, 27 minutes left in this World Cup qualifier. 10-point lead for the Eagles.
Celebrate 150 years of existence today in Canada Day. It's been knocked on there. Durutalo's first touch.
And then there was an Eagle player in front of that.
Yeah.
He played it. That's where I had the full arm penalty for Canada. Oh, man, you hate to see that, especially after you score a brilliant try. And now Canada has a decision. It's an angled kick if they do that. So what they're going right back for the corner.
That's what you want to see. Fans watching it from all over the globe, those here too. You want to see tries. We saw 7 last week, 4 by the US, 3 by Canada. Brave choice.
Captain on the line, please.
And a nice little stab there to the line by Shane O'Leary. Didn't have the best angle, but picked up valuable territory to make it a 5-meter line out.
Markwell doesn't waste any time. They flick it down to Olmsted in the front. A planned set-piece move. The US try to get it behind it, but it's Canada. Ball in hand.
Stop!
For more. Still available. Trevor making a real menace. Must be careful for not conceding a penalty inside the 22. Tamala hustles back. And the US have got the scrum. Excellent defensive effort there.
Oh, and Todd Clever gets all the pats. The old man, the skipper, the most cap veteran we've ever had in this U.S. squad. I think he was responsible for that turnover ball.
2, 6, and 7, lads.
And now
2, 6, and 7.
Let's see if we can see. This is going to take a little bit doing.
No,
Keep your eye on number 6.
Provided you don't disconnect.
He's dealing with Olmsted right now. Keep your eye on him. Let's see. He squirrels in there somehow.
Time on. Scrum down. Let's go.
And here he comes.
Here we go.
Okay, right there. Oh, and he took a shot in the back, too.
He won't mind that.
Yeah, he'll take that for sure.
Exactly. Clever's fired up. And speaking of all-time caps, it's Aaron Carpenter on the field as well. Cap number 79, the most ever for Canada as well. Very rare that two players on opposite teams are the leading cap holder for their country. Carl Bailey's on the field too in 19, and Benoit Piffero in 16. 3 substitutes now for Canada. They have fresh legs into the last 23 minutes. Horsberger to feed. The US scrum has been under pressure in that first half. Brucky gets an arm high, and a tap and go. Horsberger going through the forward pack. Wasn't sure about that tap and go, but he's made the meters. It wasn't held, says referee, so Horsberger upfield to Fetea. Bumbles it up.
Wait.
Strong carry from the replacement player. McGinty once. Horsberger, though, takes it himself. Teo and Hearn challenge for this one. It's not back. Tamalau, big David Tamalau steams onto this one.
Wait.
Man from Northern California. Waldron behind his back, and now Brucky. Pressure on Madison Hughes. Skips the first. Hughes up midfield. Madison Hughes over the 10. Rock is formed, so it's a penalty for the United States.
Rock is formed. You've got second attempt.
Yeah, it looked like Aaron Carpenter, the number 20, had his hands in. Slow this ball down. What's the decision here?
Okay.
Uh-oh, he's talking. He's not reaching. I think he's just talking.
Yeah, it's the same message what I said to them. That's 4 quick penalties now. The next one goes to bin. You leave me no other option now.
Well, final warning. Let's see what the United States here. 13-point lead, or do you go for more? Corner. They're going for it again. It worked once. They're going to try it again.
Yeah. Who? Number 3.
Nice kick
Number
to touch
3.
all the way down to the line.
Yeah, he's coming there.
It's going to be a 5-meter line out for this U.S. That was a great kick to fine touch by McGinty.
No problem you attempting to contest. It's a second attempt.
On the field, Viz as well is number 18, Matt Tierney, earning his 10th cap tonight for Canada. Lambourne takes it at the back. The US has scored from a rolling ball earlier. Here they go again. Canada stop this one illegally though. It's a penalty, and this could be a yellow card. Into the pocket we go. It will be. Certainly a keep the change moment here as Canada will be down to 14. And it's Tyler Ardron will be in the sin bin.
8 clearly collapsing.
Oh, you heard the referee. Taylor Ardron clearly collapsing was the call. And the United States, they know they got the advantage in the forward pack here.
I'll go again. Okay.
About 20 minutes left.
Replacement front row. Horsberger trying to take this one out. No, they still go a few extra meters. The US, the home fans cheering them on. They get over the line. Try Ward it again. It's a double for Big Joe Tefetea. And the United States have struck yet again. It's try number 5.
Oh, you're going to love it. Again, nice call for the line out take. Joe Tefetea had just come in with those fresh legs, and there was a couple other forwards with some fresh legs doing the driving on those mauls. 5 tries with the U.S. forward pack. I love it.
Scrum was.
Yeah, just there, man.
But line out.
Yeah.
Celebrations. The maul.
Yeah, just
successful
here.
twice.
61.
Cam Dolan's got 2 tries. Tefetea a double as well. And Nate Brakely scored earlier in the first half. It's the U.S. that stretched the legs in this qualifier.
And Dallin's so important. Now it's a 3-score game. It's going to force Canada to at least get 2 tries, at least 3 scores, and there's a dot down. Beautiful. And the crowd is loving it. Oh, you got to love this. Could be history in the making. There's still time left, though. There's 20 minutes in this game. Canada, remember, though, playing a man down for the next 8 minutes or so.
Major McGinty, attended Life University, running Eagles. Also guided Connacht to their first ever Pro 12 championship. He's been instrumental in this USA side. It's kicks like that tick over the scoreboard. It's the United States, 53 points, Canada 16.
Dallin, AJ McGinty, we've seen him have his struggles, a couple of games where the knock-on's just not in tune. His focus today has been fantastic, though. Really like the way AJ McGinty's played. Everybody has played really well for this U.S. squad today, and a great comeback, stifling that second half comeback by Canada.
Back underway. We saw some Todd Clever shirts in the background. Mike Teo takes this one. Instruction.
On the ball carrier.
He says play on. To be in front of the ball carrier, though.
Use it!
So US get a lucky break. Forsberger kicks this one down to Hearn. He's got time to find O'Leary in midfield.
Stay one.
It's the Gary Owen, the up and under. Chasers are plenty. Madison Hughes keeps his eyes on the ball. Comes away with a prize. McGinty, space to operate. It's Ryan Mattias. Sets off on a run. Mattias beats one. Cuts back in field. What a line! Nate Forsberger will score one of the great American tries underneath the sticks. That is simply terrific.
Oh, I love it. Ryan Mattias, what a beautiful run he had. How about the courage under the high ball by Madison Hughes? That started it all. And you talk about that line by Nate Augsburger. What a pass off by Ryan Mattias. And again, we've seen some electrifying tries by this U.S. team today.
Well, if you want to fall in love with rugby, just watch this highlight.
Keep it up. Let's go, mate.
And that's where it starts. Look at the courage. He knew he was going to get banged, and did well to stay on his feet. Then they set it up, and there was numbers on this outside. There's Mattias. He got it wide. Then he cuts back in, trying to find some space. And look at, keep your eye on Augsburger. Beautiful run. Nice little pass. Not too hard, just right. And what a try. Scintillating. There's Mattias again with the offload. Augsburger with a finish. And it was funny watching Mattias on the ground, laying on his back with his hands raised. Beautiful.
Conversion is successful. It's 38-16. The USA scored try number 6. And that one was sublime. Mattias combining superbly with Nate Forsberger. Both those players from the East Coast. And they certainly are carving it up right now. Ryan Mattias from the Old Blue of New York alongside Forsberger, teammates. And the Canadians down to 14 still. Very costly Sinbin offense. Mike Teo jumps up high. Man from Long Beach, California, takes it nicely. Tefetea, also from the Belmont Shore region. Confidence for the USA now as they look to attack from the end zone on the outside. Mattias, one-handed, kicks it in field, then hit hard by Connor Bray. Canada with a chance. Hearn has got Big Piffero with him. O'Leary thought about a kick and flicks it over the top. Moore has it. Canada doing their own counter-attack, and it's Andrew Coe, in fact. Ball's been knocked down.
Hold!
Great skills there from Madison Hughes. Played cricket when he was younger. Chip over the top and then collision, and Mike Teo comes in. Teo beats 2. Looks for space out wide. It's got Campbell. Bryce Campbell. Hit down by Braid inside the 22. Frenetic stuff. Lamble with a short line. Tamalau takes it. Gets the pop up to Waldron. The Eagles flying in, throwing everything at it. John Cool's on the field as well. We're at 20. Space on the right-hand side. Orsbecker takes this one out. Cool with his first touch.
Tackle move!
Canada desperate here with 14 men. Tamalau inches away. It's a four-man overlap on the right-hand side for the USA. And they're over. They don't need the overlap. It's the United States. The crowd going wild. Another score, another try.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It's Dino Waldron has come up with the ball. They're tussling off after this.
Leave it.
There's some real frustration on this Canadian team. They're getting worked in the forwards. And it's the forwards who are doing the swinging. But it's the United States who's doing the damage on the scoreboard. Another beautiful try by this U.S. squad.
11.
And it's Dino Waldron who's dotted
Don't
down.
get involved off the ball, okay?
Yes, sir. Wow.
I understand.
What a game.
Is that clear?
Well, Brian, you sound like you're losing your voice there. And of course, once you're in
10,
the sin bin,
10,
your team is struggling
10,
with 14 to shift across field.
10.
And of course, it's tough to sit there and watch this. 45-16.
Yeah.
The United States set to make history here on home soil. What a score.
Just about 6 minutes ago, the United States only had a 10-point lead, but then when Taylor Ardron went into the sin bin, 3 quick tries, 61st minute, 63rd minute, 66th minute, and just like that, it's a 47-16 ball game. I mean, this crowd is loving it. I'm loving it. And it's great send-off that Todd Clever is going to have here, I think, in the final 15 minutes. What an effort by this U.S. team. Their courage under the high ball has been stupendous.
That's right, Todd Clever. What a player, what a send-off for him. He's played in New Zealand, South Africa, Japan, England. He represented the famous Barbarians and played in 5 Rugby World Cups, 2 in 7s and 3 in 15s. This is the way to go out on his own terms, in front of his home crowd. Connor Braid puts the kick up. It's the United States with Duratalo. The 7th forward captures this one.
Use it, 9.
To Fetea at first receiver. Gets good. Go forward possession. The second wave attacking with McGinty. Stabs this one through. Tails off to this one. It goes to the touchline.
Okay.
That's all right, though. Canada didn't get it. If anyone's going to get it, it was going to be a U.S. player. Canada player slow to get back in the action. But I must...
Okay.
The USA 2017 USA Rugby Emirates Airline Club Sevens National Championship at the National Sports Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, August 12th and 13th. Should be more fantastic club rugby. We've done a lot of club rugby this year down.
Let's go, Captain.
Seen some really talented players at all levels here in U.S. Rugby.
That's one way to scout the next level of players. Goes to the back. Todd Clever has it. Good steal from the captain.
Steal is good.
And stolen in the end from Canada. So they snaffle this one. Anthony Luca on the field. He's the one that captured that as Braid. Goes up midfield. Olmsted drops the shoulder. Durotaro tries to bring him down.
I'll lead the way.
Canada have knocked this on. No advantage coming. They scored the first try in the second half, but then it's been very quiet from men in red.
Yeah, I think the turning point was after that try early in the second half, the United States able to weather the storm while they were playing a man down.
14. 9.
And then they got their confidence back up when Joe Tafeta scored
14
his first
as well.
try. Then the yellow card, and it's been
14's
all
good,
United States here the last 15 minutes or so.
Well, Viz, looking back at the history books, and Canada has beat the US in 2006, qualifying for the 2007 Rugby World Cup, 56 points to 7. And then Canada again qualified in 2011 by smashing the US.
Time back off.
They did the same before the 2015 Rugby World Cup.
We're
So
good?
3 in a row. It's a long period of history, 12 years. And now finally the USA will get that first #1 spot.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. And it's great to see it. There's so many former Eagle players here today. There was 70 at the Hall of Fame dinner last night, and they're witnessing history here in the making as well. So it's a great occasion for this squad to clinch their berth in the 2019 Rugby World Cup.
Balance.
Quick penalty. Sean Davies on the field. As Duratalo has a crack himself. Big Andrew Duratalo from the Sunwolves gets the offload away. Hughes can't collect on this one. It's the two Eagles 7 stars that break out there. Going to be a scrum to Canada, but exciting stuff.
Yeah, I think Duratalo was hoping he'd get a cleaner pass off, and I think Madison Hughes was hoping he would have too. Maybe the pass earlier might have been the option for Andrew Duratalo, but I'd love to see the U.S. forwards running through this Canadian team.
You're on your knees.
Played with a lot of confidence, every one of them. They want ball in hand.
Okay, let's go. Don't be passive either. Wait for them.
Scrum for Canada has been what they wanted from this game, and they will be potentially 0-3 on Canada Day against the USA.
Stay.
So 10 minutes to go. 47-16, the US lead. Canada scrum. They'll get a full-on penalty.
Straight around, pulling out under pressure.
Yes, U.S. scrum pulling around according to the referee. Now Canada, again, everything they have to do now is urgency if they want to have any shot here. 10 minutes left, man, they're trailing big. 30 points almost, 31 points.
Let's go now.
Just trying to get any kind of spark they can. You heard a couple of "let's go, boys" as they go to this line out, trying to get back on the board.
You're on the line, mate. You're on the line, Canada.
Canada short line out. They've got Ford lurking in the background. It's Carl Bailey from London Scottish. Now the ball comes in his direction. Carried out by Aaron Carpenter. Almost all the time. Try scoring forward with 17 tries as well. Need your skills. Canada, dig it out. Braid kicks it away though. Not what you want when you're down by more than 30 points. It gives Teo a chance to put it upfield. Braid is back.
Backwards again.
Gone backwards, so it's fine. Offset. It's tackled by Ben Tarr around the 10. Canada back to where they started. Time ticks away. Ball in hand, goes over the top. That's what they want. It's just gone forward though. It was Carpenter on the edge of that.
Caution.
Well, that was forward because nice play by Bryce Campbell. Tried to get right in that zone. That forced that forward pass.
Let's go down to Dan Power, field side.
Yeah, thanks, Dalen. You mentioned the USA Sevens before. Make no mistake, John Mitchell's done an outstanding job with this side. 6 of the 7 tries coming from the forwards, but the fingerprints of Mike Friday all over this squad. You just get the feeling that interchange before was beautiful. Hughes, Mattias, Augsburger, and now you've got Duratolo out there as well. All spent time in the 7 circuit, so you've got to tip the hat to the genius, the little maestro in Mike Friday and the work he's done with moulding some of these players for the 15s game as well, guys. And how good is this result? 47-16. No one would have picked this coming between these two fierce rivals, but it's been an outstanding performance. And I've got to tip my hat to the people of San Diego. They have turned out in force. We've been wanting a big home crowd for a long, long time for the USA, and their influence on getting the boys home, you would think with just 8 minutes left to play, has been very, very influential today. Very, very loud, vocal crowd down here on sideline.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And talking to Dan Payne last night at the Hall of Fame dinner, he said that there was the site selection committee narrowed it down to 3 possibles here. And Dan said, where's the biggest growth in rugby? And it was right here in San Diego. So there's a lot of great things going on in the rugby community here in San Diego. They're coming out in force to watch this game, witnessing history. And it's great to see in beautiful, sunny San Diego.
Come on.
It's a packed stadium here. The Rugby World Cup trophy has been on tour as well here, going out to various schools. With the Institute of Rugby and Soccer Rugby camps earlier this week as well.
Nice and straight, wait for me, okay?
Got a chance to get photos with the William Graham trophy.
There's the mark for a reason.
Left to the Oval game.
Thank you.
1823. What a year that was. So, onto the field right now. We have our replacement backs for the United States. Sean Davies in 22 and Will McGee in the flat position.
Bind. Set. Stable.
Clever on the short side here. Duratalo picks up. We've got Brachy in midfield. Unders line by Campbell.
Back off his foot, play on.
He's gone off a couple of boots, still swirling around there. Bit of soccer skills shown for both teams. It'll be a scrum for the USA.
Right,
Good
forward.
attacking opportunity midfield again.
No, it went back, mate.
Yeah, and hats off to Nate Augsburger and AJ McGinty. The halfback combination were very, very effective here for the United States squad. But I really like the play of Mike Teo today. The high ball thing, he must have had 5 or 6 kicks right on him with pressure, and he handled every one of them cleanly. And Mattias has done well. Really, there's no fault in any of this U.S. team today. They've all played extremely hard, extremely well. The tackling's been there.
Okay, thank you. Time is still on. Let's go.
How about the magical tries we've seen, Dallin? I mean, it's really got this crowd really, really uplifted.
It certainly has. It's what you want to see. US have scored 7 tries. Canada 1.
Set. Save.
Reset this
No,
scrum.
it's not good work. Far from. Okay, listen to me, you two now. Okay, you're not going to be passive and you're not going to push past the man. Okay, give me the stability. We need to get the ball in the scrum. Clear?
Rocky's still going into the forwards, trying to give them a little bit more inspiration.
I've got it, mate.
Todd Clever still in the referee's ear. He figures you got to milk this last 10 minutes, skipper.
Absolutely. What a journey it's been, playing under several different coaches, playing all around the world. Todd Clever, known as Captain America. Be interested to see what he gets up to after he retires from this wonderful game. Flat ball. Good hands here to Mattias on the short side. He's well contained. Dorotalo, first receiver. Got Dolan with him. Dolan has been superb as well. Dorotalo to the line. McGee puts it over the top. He's known for his cross kicks. Bounces off Canadian player. They were playing advantage.
Yeah. Not rolling, preventing
like
quick
that.
ball.
Yeah, we've seen 3 or 4 tries from Will McGee's boot over to the winger. Canada had it pretty well defensed. They couldn't handle it cleanly, so it is going to come back for that full arm penalty. And don't be surprised to see the United States again try to kick into that corner. Maybe one more forwards try.
4
minutes left in this contest. You heard the referee. And Todd Clever, he's going to last. Well, you know what? I wonder if John Mitchell will pull him out with about a minute left. Let this crowd really, really give him the round of applause that he deserves.
Discipline here.
Oh, I think you'd rather want to stay on the field, right?
Well, he might run it, but I think it would be a nice tribute, though.
Joe Tefetia has been superb since coming on. Former football player from Santa Ana College.
Okay, 8.
Quick ball again for Tefetia, right in front of the poles.
It's a tackle.
Clever.
Regathered.
He got away with that one. It's a stab through. And then kicked out there. Danger times for Canada.
Kicked out by Reds.
I like the creativity. Everybody, they're playing with a free hand today. We're seeing a lot of really, really creative play by this U.S. squad.
It's gone dead.
The forwards have put in a lot of work and been rewarded with a lot of the tries, but the backs have really been superb under the high ball, finding some seams. Now, the scrum has not been the best area for this U.S. squad in this summer series. Let's see if they can
same as the last.
Get a little back at this Canada team here down deep.
Crouch! Sorry, my bad. 9.
Ben Todd, close in, plays for the Glendale Raptors. Working with the Queensland Reds. Program. So Davies. Dorotalo picks and goes quickly. Steaming for the line. Canada coming with a counter ruck.
Stay right.
Still available for Waldron. David Tamalau driving for it. It is over. It's another try, another forward try, and it's big David Tamalau that busts over the line in the 77th minute for the USA, and that puts up 50 points for the home team.
Down getting a little emotional here. Just watching this excellent forward work by this U.S. squad. I love the way that Dorotalo took that off the base of the scrum, and then this forward drive again right through the heart of the Canadian defense. David Tamalau, just too much power by the big man. Again, get those fresh legs out there in reserves. Keep dotting down in the try zone. Well done.
Excellent score from the big forward. You've got to feel for Canada as well. It's losing. Taylor Paris and DTH Vanamava at match time really put them back.
And I think at the start of the game that really affected. The United States came out and got those quick 2 scores early on. And look at this appreciative crowd on their feet.
Fun check there, Sean.
Replacement.
Yeah.
Will McGee will look to add the extras, also from the Glendale Raptors program. McGee earning his 7th cap tonight. What an honour it is for him to take the field along with his teammates. The kick will go wide, but at 52 points to 16, it's the USA with an exclamation point in this game. 30 seconds left on the clock.
This is where I'd take Todd out right now. I'd take him out. Not going to happen, though. He's going to stay in there. He probably doesn't want to come out. You're right, Dallin.
Many times, Clever has gone against the enemy in red and has fallen short this time. They go strong with Duratalo. The US and Tamalau. Big busting run from David Tamalau. Flicks the pass. Been knocked on, though. Difficult one to take for Davies and his bootstraps. And that is full time here at Torero Stadium. And what a wonderful result for the United States. They make history by capturing the America's #1 spot for the first time in history. It's July 4th next week. It is birthday for America, 241. And what a way to do it in style. Clever gets raised by his teammates. 52 points to 16. It's certainly an effort that he will remember, and so will the fans that watch this game for the rest of their lives, Viz.
Yeah, it was I'm getting emotional just thinking about the way this U.S. team played here in the second half especially, but throughout the game. I mean, everybody did their part. Everybody played their roles. The forwards really had a lot of confidence. I think they were manhandled a little bit against Georgia, and they probably didn't have that much possession last week against Canada, but they really came out today with a mission in mind, and they certainly did what they had to do, qualifying for this 2019 Rugby World Cup. Congratulations to John Mitchell as he leaves this Eagle situation, and congratulations to this U.S. team.
Todd Clever in picture there. 8 tries for the USA. And he was involved in a couple of those as well. The forwards dotting down 7 of those 8 tries. And it's wonderful stuff. But we've got Dan Power, who's field side. And he's going to have a chat to the captain of Canada.
Yeah. Thanks, Dallin, with the captain, Brett Bookie Boom. Sorry, disappointing. It's the only way to really describe it. Disappointing. Such a tough rivalry for so many years. First time America claims the #1 spot. You guys are going to be hurting.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. You know, they really took advantage when we had a man in the bench, and unfortunately, we got another chance to qualify, so we'll look to regather and do that.
A couple of injuries. Van der Merwe went out. Obviously, Taylor Paris and Phil Mack. Prior commitments to this. That's got to hurt the squad. Looking forward to Uruguay now. Where are you guys going to look to build to hopefully qualify in that America's 2 spot?
Yeah. Injuries part of the sport. Unfortunately, there's a few key players that we lost, and we're just looking to regather. We'll have a good November tour and hopefully build some momentum going into Uruguay.
Well, left it all on the field against that. Another great performance from Canada in that regard. It's disappointing you didn't get the result, but I'm sure we'll see you guys 2 years in Japan. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, and you heard there from the disappointed Canadian captain, and rightfully so. It's a very tough start for them in this game, as you said, Viz. Certainly a couple of tries for the USA put them behind. They came back strongly in the second half. It wasn't to be, though, as the home side carved it up. And let's take a look at the pools. And the USA have now locked in Pool C.
Yeah, you can put USA right there under Argentina as the America's 1, and we haven't been able to say that ever in this World Cup. And then you see Pool D, that's where Canada's trying to get into with Australia, Wales, and Georgia. And again, they have that 2-game series with Uruguay. But again, as Brett said down there, Brett Bukaboom, he said that yellow card really hurt them, and it did.
And now let's chat to Todd Clever, the winning captain, in his final appearance.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dallin. With Todd Clever, Captain America for the last time. We'll get the formalities out of the way. Today's game, mate, what were your thoughts?
We fixed a couple of things that we messed up last weekend, and we came in confident. You know, I told the boys we were going to put 50 on them, and I had faith in it, and we did. So I'm proud of our boys. It's always a tough game against Canada, but you know, we wanted it so bad. We're hungry.
All right, let's have some fun. Most capped Eagle ever. What's the highlight of a career? I know it's hard to pinpoint one, but looking through that career, that what goes back to 2003, what's been the highlight for you, and who have been the special people along the way that have helped you out?
I mean, there's so many good highlights. You know, I can think of my first cap, you know, my first World Cup game, and today was really special with having my daughter run out on the field with me. You know, it's part of my time to switch gears and be more family than rugby.
Well, as a teammate, as a fan, and as a broadcaster, it's been a pleasure, Todd. Enjoy it. Thanks, boys.
Well, Todd Clever, for the last time in the USA jersey, he goes to get a photo with his side. And so we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have highlights from Torero Stadium in San Diego, California. It's the USA 52, Canada 16 at full time. Stay with us, rugby fans. Welcome back to the University of San Diego, Torero Stadium. It's Captain America. He's got the shield out. What a way to finish his career in style. The 58th rival clash belongs to the United States with a 52-16 victory. And it started, though, with Canada flooding down the lanes. It was great support work. And in the end, it was Admir Chavanovic that dived over for the first try in the game. The US, though, would come back with Joe Tafetea off the bench. A huge impact. Driving maul, over the line they go, a type 5 try.
And then after Taylor Arden went in the sin bin for his yellow card offense, Tafetea did it again with the forwards rumbling towards that Canada line. They break free, and he dots down for his second in just a short amount of time. And then it was the try of the game. That great break by Mattias. What a line by Nate Augsburger. He goes rumbling through to make it a 40-16 game. Things look great. And then Dino Waldron in front of him is St. Mary's coach Tim O'Brien, who just got inducted in the Hall of Fame last night. Dino Waldron dots down for the 6th forward try for this United States squad.
And then just to finish things off in the 77th minute, big David Tamalau steamrolls his way close to the line, never giving up. He reaches over, gets the 5 points, and that was enough to do it for the United States. So thanks for joining us in San Diego, California for the second Rugby World Cup qualifying test where the USA have defeated Canada by a score of 52-16. For Brian Visit, Dan Power, and our entire crew, I'm Dallin Stanford saying thanks for tuning in.